Hi, it's me. It's not Greg. I am alone. I have no guests today. That's bizarre, but hey, that's the way things go sometimes. So this is still the month of April. I'm recording this a few days before it's released, and it's a celebration for me getting the channel to a year and surviving a year doing this sort of thing, which is really fucking cool for me. I've said it a few times in things that I don't particularly stick to projects for very long and generally get very bored of them and move on, and so this is huge for me to survive this long. And I did have some guests lined up. I've had 2 guests pull out, so I thought, you know what, this episode, why not we strip it back and just chat, just you and I, just like the first episode. Because the first episode that I did of this, it was just by myself, with the idea that if I can talk to myself for 40 minutes, I can talk to someone else for an hour. And you know, it's come pretty far. This is episode 15, episode 14. I should probably know that. This is this is a thing that I do all the fucking time. This is episode 14. Episode 14. So I've been doing this podcast for 7 months now, which is insane to me too. Again, another thing that I thought, hey, this is something that I've always wanted to do. Can I do it? Can I stick to it? And sticking to it for 7 months is pretty cool. All the credit, of course, has to go to the people that I've spoken to on the channel, because I've had some fucking incredible people. But this is a bit different. So if you've listened to any of the other episodes of Don't Make Me Greg, I try to keep them pretty fun. I try to keep them pretty light and have some fun with the people that I'm talking to. But for some reason, I find when it's just me, I get a little bit melancholic. I get a little bit deep. I get a little bit dark sometimes. And I guess it's because I don't have that person to bounce off of. So if you're used to that more upbeat, fun-loving sort of thing that I like to do with the other version, the other episodes of this podcast, this might not be the one for you. I don't know how it's going to go. I haven't really planned this out all that well. I never plan any of the podcasts, but this particular one is just completely loose. This is due out in 2 days' time, and I have nothing. I've had 2 guests to pull out. And I did have someone that offered to come on, but they're in the middle of a move at the moment, so I'm going to have them on soon. But for now, it's just me. And I wanted to reflect a little bit on this past year. I wanted to start off by saying, like, this has been the hardest year of my life, but fucking that's pretty much most people. This has been the hardest past 12 months of their life. I'm not alone in that by any standard. But I wanted to share some of my experiences and stuff. Because, you know, I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing a podcast. Apparently, I think people give a fuck about what I have to say in my life. So I'm gonna fucking do it. I started Not Greg in it was technically late March. It didn't start until April 1st was when the first video was released. But I started in late March. Early March, I'd lost my job due to COVID, and I was stuck at home. I couldn't do anything. But I'd always dreamt of doing like a Let's Play channel. It's something that I've fantasized about for a very long time, 5 or 6 years or so. And I thought, you know, fuck it, I've got the time. Why not give it a go? You know, I've always been that kind of person that I think about myself at 80, 90 years old on my deathbed in a retirement home and thinking like, what would I be upset about? Like, I didn't do that thing. I regret not doing that thing. I always thought that. So that kind of led to me jumping on and giving YouTube a go, giving Let's Plays a go. So I did. That's where we kind of started off from. I didn't really have much thought going into it. I had a few ideas here and there, but no long-term goal. I don't know if I still have a long-term goal with the channel, what I want to do with it. There's of course goals and such that I have. Of course I want to reach a larger audience. Big part of my entire life. I've always wanted to be an entertainer. I've always wanted to entertain people in one way or another. I've dabbled in music, I've dabbled in film, I've dabbled in acting and art and video game design, and of course YouTube. And it's always been in the service of entertaining people. And I don't know entirely where that comes from. I have a few theories. For one, I'm the middle child. I'm one of 4, smack bang in the middle. And anyone who's a middle child may know that that does come with a degree of afterthought. Probably not intentionally, I don't know. But that was a big part of my life growing up, is that I wasn't always in the limelight, particularly being the third boy with a little sister coming after me. I was kind of old news already. I don't want to say that. That sounds horrible to my parents. My parents are incredibly supportive. But for a lot of my life, that's what it felt like, being an afterthought, being the third born and having the golden child born after you. So I think I developed a bit of, I want to say like narcissism, not narcissism, but this desire to be noticed from a very young age. And I've always been a bit silly, a bit out there to try and get attention, because I always felt like I didn't have attention growing up. And that's kind of developed into this like insane narcissism growing up that has been very, very negative on my life. And I might touch on that. We'll see where the thought process takes us. So I started the YouTube channel because I wanted to entertain, and I couldn't do film, which is what I would usually have done in that sort of instance of wanting to create something and entertain. At that point in my life, film was the go-to, but with COVID and everything shut down, I couldn't exactly do any sort of film thing. And I'd been waiting on it for quite a while as well. I've been kind of pulling back from doing film because there's a lot of politics and a lot of just, I don't know how to describe it, really. The intro to film, I don't even know, honestly. But I was struggling to stay like mentally equipped to make film. So I thought, fuck it, I'm going to do YouTube. It's a solo thing. It's a solo project. It is entirely on my shoulders. If it fails, then it's entirely me. If it continues and I can make something out of it and I can look back on it and be proud of it, then I can be proud that this was a solo thing, that I did this. And yeah, I've had tons of people help me along the way. All through like podcasts and even earlier things, doing good quality content or playing games with people like Jam or collabs, Star Saga, Suspicious Dishes, all those kind of things. I've had a lot of people help me along the way, but I'm not going to discredit myself and the amount of effort and stuff that I've put in. I want to fucking own that. And I think that's okay to own the amount of work that you put into it and pat yourself on the back. That's something that I've struggled with a lot through my life, is patting myself on the back, congratulating myself, taking credit for things. And that comes with a lot of negative impact on your mental health. And it's something that I've struggled with quite a lot in my life, is my mental health. And I've tried to talk about it quite openly. I don't know if I've gone too in depth with it, but there's a big lesson that I've learned in this past year, is to congratulate yourself for your successes. For me, that is, this YouTube channel surviving a year is a huge success for me. That is monumental for me. Like, I get teary-eyed thinking about the fact that I've actually lasted a year doing this, and it hasn't been consistent. It hasn't been great all the way through, but it has been a part of my life for a year that I want to continue doing. And that for me is huge. And no one can take that away from me. I hope no one tries to take that away from me as well. Please don't. That would be mighty cruel of you. But there's been another thing as well along those sort of lines, and that comes down to another thing with mental health. A big thing that I struggled with over the past few years is my weight and feeling good about myself in my own skin. And I, at points like about probably this time last year, maybe even before that, I'm not too sure, I developed very, very poor eating habits. Eating like full bags of chips, a full box of biscuits or cookies or whatever the fuck you want to call them, soft drinks and alcohol and all this kind of shit, and just binge eating. And I put on so much weight. And October 2020, I weighed 98 kilos, which I don't know how much that is in pounds. How much is that in pounds? Goddamn imperials, man. I don't need to fucking check this shit out. Kilos to pounds, 98. It was 216 pounds. And I'm quite a short fella. I don't know how well that translates over YouTube or anything. I'm quite short. I think I'm 100. I'm not gonna look up feet as well. I'm like 5'10" or something. I don't know. 177 centimeters. So I'm not the tallest dude in the shed, or whatever the fucking idiom is. And I'd gotten myself to this point where I felt disgusting. I didn't like myself. I wasn't happy with who I was. And that in turn impacted my relationships, particularly the long-term relationship I was in at the time. And it impacted it so negatively to the point where we're no longer together. It damaged my mental health that bad. And I've managed to turn that around somewhat. I still have a lot of issues when it comes to my body and stuff. There is a dog going off in this neighborhood somewhere. I don't know if that's picking up in the microphone or not. I certainly hope not. And I managed to turn that around. And from the start of this year, it wasn't like a New Year's resolution type thing. It was more so using that idea of a reset button. You know, I completely understand that January 1st is no different to December 31st. I have no illusions to that fact. It's just another day. But it's a good sort of reset button that we can hit. And pretty much from January onwards, I've focused on learning about myself, my body, and how to get myself into a state of mind where I'm happy. And I've done a pretty good job. I'm gonna pat myself on the back again. I've lost 20 kilos, which, fucking, how much is that in pounds? Goddamn imperials. 44 pounds. 44 pounds. In these past, since October. I haven't consistently weighed myself. I've consistently weighed myself since January. So I've lost half of that. I lost 10 kilos or 20 pounds between October and January, and the other half of it since then. So I want to pat myself on the back for that, but I mean, it's not so easy as to just lose weight and then there you are. You're done. You're happy. You've done the thing. Hey, fucking well done. It's not that easy. Particularly with mental health issues and such. I talked about it on Twitter a little bit recently. I went to a party with friends and such, which was really nice. And I've become quite attuned to my eating habits. So I know for a fact if I go to a party or something, there's going to be like chips, like dips of fucking whatever, snacks in the general vicinity. And I know me, I am a snacky dude. I love to fucking snack. If there's a fucking bowl of chips in front of me, I will munch on those chips all fucking night. And I know that about myself. So I prepared. I didn't eat beforehand. I made sure the following day I ate under my caloric take, and I made sure I went for a big walk and did some fucking exercises and shit. So I actually earned snacking a little bit, and I wasn't going to feel like shit for snacking. And that's kind of how I've worked around things. But I'm at this party and I'm having some snacks and shit. I'm having some fun with friends. We're chatting. I wasn't drinking, actually. Everyone was drinking but me. I was being responsible that day. And this dude there made it his point to make fun of me for snacking, which is a horrible, horrible thing. Don't ever do that to people. Don't ever call people on what they're eating or make fun of them for eating. That is fucking, is like one of the most awful things that you can do to someone. And it crushed me. Like, I wouldn't classify myself as overweight anymore. I'm very proud of where I'm at. I've gone down 5-6 sizes in pants. I've gone down 2 sizes in shirts. I'm wearing size 30 pants and small shirt for the first time in my life, which is fucking incredible for me. Fucking yay me. I don't even care. I'm going to pat myself all over the back for that. But it just took one person I didn't even know to make fun of me for eating to completely destroy my mental health for a week. Like, this was over a week ago, and I'm obviously still thinking about it. I'm still talking about it. It's just fucked me up that much, and I know it absolutely shouldn't. I don't concern myself with the opinions of people I don't know, but for some reason this just fucking stung, man. And I'm recovering. I'm on the mend. I'm getting there. But it's just something I wanted to share, to say, you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what's going on in people's mind, where people have been, what people do in order to do the things they do. And I even explained to that guy that I had worked very hard to get where I was, and I had made not contingencies, but I'd forethought out my snacking to the point where I wouldn't feel bad about it. And this guy was intent on making me feel bad about it. I don't know why. Doesn't matter why, honestly. It doesn't. But that's what's happened to me recently. I don't want to sound like I'm like complaining or bitching. This is that's not my intention for doing this. My intention is to talk, be open about what's going on with me, because it's been a bit of a struggle this past like week and a bit. I've started to lax on videos a little bit because I've just been destroyed by this random dude who, funnily enough, actually, this is completely true. Dude's name was Greg, and I'd never met the dude before in my life. Just so happens this random dude at a party who turned out to be an asshole. His name was Greg. Go figure. That's so. I don't know if this is manifesting my own destiny from me just being a dick to this frog all the time or not. I don't know, but that's what that was. I don't know. But I suppose I should talk a bit more about YouTube itself. Since this is a celebration of the year, this is not so much about like me and who I am as a person, what the fuck I'm going through at the moment. This is about me. This is about the YouTube channel, not about me. So, fuck, how do I talk about that though? Like, how do you talk about a year's worth of work to get to here? I don't. There's fuck. This is the struggle of not having someone here to bounce off of. I punch my microphone. I waffle about. I walk around in circles trying to think about what to say. It's been tough. It's been tough, particularly from someone like someone narcissistic such as myself who like starves for that attention. You know, I want that attention. I want that people to be looking at me. I want to be able to entertain people. I want to make people happy. I want to make people laugh. I want to make people think. I want all those things in my life, and it's a struggle to be, I don't want to say that ambitious, but that arrogant. I don't know if that's the right word either. I don't know. To be that whatever that is. In early stages YouTube, which I think there's a lot of misconceptions about doing YouTube, and you know, you just make a few videos, people will watch it, and then you'll fucking skyrocket to millions of subscribers and making all this fucking Logan Paul money or some bullshit. I don't know. But it's not that easy. There's no one size fits all. It's all about finding yourself in YouTube. And I've been trying very hard to do that. And I think I've kind of like flopped back and forth between like playing too much of a character and not playing enough of a character, or I don't know. It's been a bit of a struggle to try and find my footing, but I'm still happy with what I'm doing, and I still want to keep doing it. And I've been seeing engagement rising, which is the absolute best thing. If I wake up to a comment on a video, it's like the happiest fucking thing for me to be like, hey, someone's engaging with what you're doing. That's really fucking cool, because a lot of my life, no one is engaged in anything that I've done. Even people in my everyday life, like friends and family, don't engage as much as I find other people's friends and family do. I don't know. I sound so just fucking immature. Or something. I don't. This is the struggle, man. This is the struggle. And dying slightly. But finding your footing in YouTube, finding where you're comfortable at is the most important thing. And it's something that I see a lot of people starting out on YouTube struggling with. And it's the same as myself, you know, looking at that subscriber counter, looking at that views counter. Oh my God, that video got 2 views. Oh my God, I lost 3 subscribers. What the fuck am I doing wrong? It's like, no, it's not that simple that you're doing something wrong. It's that you're finding what you're doing right. I've never been upset about subscribers unsubscribers, disubscribe, whatever. People unsubscribing from the channel. I've never been upset because the thought that I have is that I'm just doing me. This is the character that I want to play. These are the games that I want to play. I want to have fun with it. And if someone watches it and goes, "No, man, that's not for me," like, that's cool. That's perfectly okay. That's what I want. Because there are people out there that will watch it and go, "Hey, yeah, that's what I like. I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to watch this guy. I'm going to do these things." Yeah. And that's what I would much prefer, is to have those people stay around. Because then I'm authentically being myself. I'm authentically doing the things that I want to do, that I enjoy doing. And I'm going to be able to do that for a longer period of time than I am if I'm just pandering to people. Like, I had another party situation. It sounds like I go to a lot of parties. I really don't. I'm very introverted for such a loud person. But I was at like another party sort of thing, and this guy here that I kind of knew found out that I was doing YouTube, because some of the other people that were there are quite big supporters of myself, and they support me very well. So they were kind of talking about it, and this other dude found out, and he took it upon himself to give me criticism, to give me thoughts on what I should do to be successful. And I accepted the advice, of course. I wanted to listen to it. I wanted to hear, what do you have to say? What is your opinion on what I should be doing? And his opinion was doing like 15-second videos, like highlight recaps, which I took on board. Said, you know, like, I'll have a think about it. It's not particularly what I want to do. It doesn't feel right for me and for what I want this channel to be. I don't want those bite-sized bits of content that you can just watch on repeat, 15 seconds here, 15 seconds there, like Vines or TikToks or whatever. It's not what I want. I wanted more long-form content. I wanted to be able to sit with people for 15 minutes, half an hour, 2 hours, however long it is, and experience a game with that person. I want to be there for a longer period of time. I don't just want to be a temporary friend. I want to be someone you can sit with and go on an entire adventure with. So I had this chat with this guy, and he got very upset that I didn't want to do his 15-second thing, which is so strange to me. And I don't entirely know where I'm going with that. It's just an experience that I've had. This person who has no experience in YouTube, who doesn't know me, hasn't watched any of my videos, and he got really upset about me saying, "Look, I appreciate your advice, but this is not something that I want to do. I want to do more long-form content. I want to be with viewers for a longer period of time. I don't want to play Minecraft. I don't want to play fucking Rainbow Six Siege or these really popular games, because that's not who I am. That's not what I watch. That's not what I enjoy doing or enjoy watching. I enjoy probably my favorite YouTuber is Markiplier. And he plays a lot of like indie horror games. And that's what really got me into doing YouTube in the first place, was seeing this person play these indie games and having fun with them. Because I've always been a big supporter, I don't know the fucking word, of independent creators. Whether that be music, film, video games, whatever. I love that sort of thing. I love independence. I love people starting out and the real rough around the edges. It's not quite right, but you can see what they were going for, or it's not great, but hey, fucking maybe next time. I don't know. There's something about that starting period of a career that I really gravitate to. You know, I can watch stuff like Avengers Endgame or fucking a Christopher Nolan movie, and I can enjoy it, and I can be like, yeah, that was fucking cool. That was really cool with the building as they're like turning and they're like running around the building, and the behind the scenes they had a big fucking cylinder thing that they turned, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, yeah, whatever. I love that stuff. But I'm much quicker to line up for a first-time filmmaker's film than I am for, you know, Christopher Nolan, who's made fucking blockbusters upon blockbusters. Because I want to experience that new thing, that new, unusual thing, you know, the fucking Undertale or the Stardew Valley or fucking Off or Lisa the Painful or something like that you don't see in those blockbuster films or games or something like that. Or experimental music is another great thing as well. So I didn't want to do, you know, Call of Duties or Minecrafts or Roblox or these fucking games that have been played to death on fucking YouTube. I wanted to look at games that people don't necessarily know and what can I do to showcase what these people have done. So I've always tried to find the weirdest, most obscure games, and yeah, I've played some AAA things here or there. I've played Dark Souls on the channel, I've played Apex Legends, but I've tried to put a focus on indie games as much as I can, because that's what I enjoy doing. And the trade-off with that is that there's not a ton of people looking for that. You know, there might be 1 million people in this world looking for Minecraft videos, and maybe 12 looking for Lisa the Painful videos. And I'm aiming for that dozen over that 1 million. It's ridiculous. I know it's not stupid, but it's counterintuitive to the goal. And even what this dude said is, you know, you can build the audience through the 15-second videos playing Minecraft or whatever, and then take that and then adapt it to what you really want to do, and you've already got yourself an audience, which is, I mean, kind of along the right lines of thinking. It wouldn't work, I don't think, because you're building an audience of people who enjoy 15-second videos and then telling them to watch half-hour videos. It's not going to work. I don't think so. I haven't tried it, and it's not something that I want to try. I don't think I could do 15-second content. I couldn't do TikTok or something like that. I overcomplicate things way too much. But it was an interesting conversation nonetheless, and it was interesting to see this person get very upset. He got very upset. He got very upset that I wasn't immediately on with his thought process. I wasn't like, fucking yes, why did I never think of this? I am on board. 15-second Not Greg videos. That is where the channel is going. I don't entirely understand, but there's that. And it was interesting to have that conversation with someone so passionate about, you know, their thought process or whatever, their stance. And to be completely sure of myself, to be like, you know, I am doing what I want to be doing, and I'm happy with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay if I get 1 subscriber a month compared to 1 an hour doing your style of things, because I'm doing what I can enjoy doing for a longer period of time. I don't think indie games are ever going to stop. I hope not. I hope, you know, itch.io doesn't just dry up one day. that would be awful. But I mean, that's where we are. There's been a lot more growth outside of that as well. One thing that I really enjoyed doing at the start of Not Greg was the good quality content. That was something that I really thoroughly enjoyed doing. I made a whole bunch of episodes. I don't remember how many we made at this point, but I haven't done one in a while because good quality content was always filmed by my partner at the time. And there's emphasis on at the time, and I've been very open about the fact that we're no longer together. So I lost my camera person, and I tried to film by myself. It came out kind of awkward. If you haven't seen it, I did a 1-year vlog type situation, celebrating 1 year of Not Greg. It's on the YouTube channel. If you're not watching on YouTube, listening on YouTube, whatever it is, I don't know. And it came out a little bit awkward. I feel very awkward about it. It's something that I kind of thought about doing a bit more, doing more of a vlog. I don't know why. It's this it's the same idea of doing like this solo podcast. Like, people give a fuck about me and like what I have to say. Yeah, really. But apparently I want to do a vlog a bit more. I don't know. I don't think my life is that interesting to warrant doing something like that, but fucking maybe. I don't know. I don't think the response to the vlog was all that great, so it might be something that I do more of, it might not be, but I do want to do more good quality content sort of things outside of doing Let's Plays, because, and I'm trying really hard not to sniffle here, it's very cold and I've been a bit sick lately, so they've got the snifflies a bit. So I'm trying not to sniffle into the microphone. I apologize. I just did it again. God damn it. One thing that I always really enjoyed about Let's Play channels, let's have a look at like the three that I commonly think of inspirational wise. Fuck. I'm so tired. Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and Game Grumps are probably the three channels that I look to as like the biggest influence, and things like the three channels that kind of drove me to do YouTube in the first place. And all three of them aren't like just Let's Play channels. They feature other content as well, and that's something that I've always wanted to do. Good quality content was essentially a rip-off of the 10-minute Power Hour from Game Grumps, but like in my own sort of style that I could do. And I really enjoyed that. I want to keep doing that, but I got to figure out how the fuck to do it by myself. Because I don't have a camera person anymore, and I'm extremely poor. Some would even say destitute. So I can't afford to pay a camera person. And I could get people, like, I could ask for favors and get people to like come and occasionally film me, but I want more of a consistent thing. So we'll get there. Good quality content will be back on the channel as soon as I can figure out how the fuck to do it. And some more stuff as well. I don't know what kind of stuff people want to see. I've thought about like tier lists. I've thought about like reviews. I've thought about like don't laugh challenges or don't cringe challenge. Like don't cringe challenges. I hate cringe. I really do. I probably make a lot of enemies. It's like The Office. Anytime I mention that I don't like The Office, everyone's like, "What? How could you not like The Office? That show's fucking amazing." I just don't like cringe. I just don't like cringe. Cringe is one of those things that it's too cringy for me. It's too cringy, and I feel very awkward, and it just brings up some primal embarrassment inside me, and I just want to switch it off and be away from it. I can't deal with cringe, and I'm sorry. I want to like The Office. I really do. So I probably couldn't do a try not to cringe challenge, because I would cringe at the first 10 seconds. I wouldn't last. But like a try not to laugh challenge or something like that. I don't know. I want to do more than just Let's Plays, but I just haven't tried much yet. So I'm going to try some stuff. I'm going to experiment. I'm going to try and do some things differently and expand the channel from there and see where I can take it. But if you do have any ideas or things like you want to see on the channel, let me know. If you're on YouTube, let me know in the comments. If you're on Spotify or wherever the fuck this podcast is, I don't know anymore. You can follow me on Twitter at NotGregGaming, and you can say to me there, hey, Not Greg, I think you should do this thing for the channel, and I will take it into consideration. If it's telling me that I'm going to do 15-second videos, I'm not going to fucking do it. Unless it's like a 15-second striptease, which I'll do that for 200 subscribers. Maybe. I shouldn't say that I would definitely do that, because I might not do it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But there's more that I should talk about when it comes to this channel, and not sniffling into the microphone. God damn. Consistency is probably one of the biggest things when it comes to doing this, which has also been the biggest win for me. The thing that I'm most happiest about is consistency. It is one of the most important things when it comes to YouTube, I think. I don't know. I talk like I'm fucking experienced at this. I've been doing it for a year. I've got less than 140 subscribers. So I'm definitely not an authority on the situation. This has just been my experience, my observations of my own experiences. I don't know, one or the other. So something along those lines. But consistency has been such a huge thing. For a long time, I didn't miss a video. I think I didn't miss a video for 10 months. I started off doing one every second day, and then I moved to one a day, then I moved to two a day, and then I stepped it back to one a day, and then I went to one every second day. And then through April, I was doing one a day again, but I've missed 2 videos at the time of recording this. I don't know how much it'll drag on to, because I've been quite sick the past few days, and my mental health has taken a bit of a kick. But consistency is such a huge thing for YouTube, is your audience knowing a video is coming again. You know, I really enjoyed that one. I know another one's coming along tomorrow or next Wednesday. So I'm going to subscribe because I want to see that when that comes out. But if you upload, a video here, a video in 3 weeks time, a video in 2 weeks time, a video the day after, you go, I don't know when the fuck this person's uploading. They don't really seem to give a shit. I don't know what the thought process is, but a lot of people don't subscribe to that. And I'm very similar. If I see someone doesn't consistently post, I won't subscribe. But if I see someone who posts like once a week or once a day, I'm like a bit more inclined to subscribe to that person, because I know that there's going to be a constant stream of content coming in. I'm not going to get addicted to this person and then they just drop off the face of the earth for a long period of time. I don't know. That's just me. And I've always been a big supporter of fucking, what is the word? Oh, I'm so tired. I've forgotten the fucking word. I've always been a big advocate. Is that the word? Is it advocate? I don't know who I'm talking to. You guys can't respond. Of if it works for you, it works for other people. So using an example, often I will make jokes that I find funny. So I say, or I'll think of something I'm like, that I find that funny. I will then try and use that the best that I can, because there's the thought process. If I find it funny, someone else is going to find it funny. Like, there's 7 billion people in this world. There is not one single thing in this world that at least 2 people don't enjoy. Like, absolutely anything, from the most... Okay. I don't know if that shit's picking up in the microphone, but I think that was a car accident outside my house. I'm so blasé about that. It happens all the fucking time. No matter what the thing is, it could be the most pure, beautiful thing in the world or the most disgusting, depraved thing in the world. There is always at least 2 people that enjoy that thing. There's not a single thing that not at least 2 people enjoy. So it's a good idea when doing these sort of things, is to just follow what you enjoy, because you will find that audience. You'll find that other person that likes that thing, that other person that finds that joke hilarious, the other person that finds that thing interesting. As long as you're just doing it yourself, like, this is something that I enjoy, this is something that is authentically yourself, you will find the audience. And this was a point about consistency, which has completely gone off the tracks, which is consistent for myself, being someone that is utterly hopeless at staying on one subject. I cannot for the life of me do it. I don't know why. But it's very easy to stay consistent when it's something that you enjoy. I think that was the point that I was going for. I don't fucking know. It's early in the morning. I'm very tired. I'm recovering from a sickness. I'm making a lot of excuses. I've been talking for 40 minutes. I'm pretty happy with that. I think the first episode I did by myself was about 40 minutes or so. I don't know if I've covered as much as I wanted to. I don't even know if I'm entirely finished talking. I think I probably should wrap it up because, you know, it's just one dude talking for 40 minutes. I don't know, dude. This comes back to just doing what you enjoy, something that you connect with. And this is something that is authentically me. This is just me just talking for 40 minutes about my life, my train of thoughts, and kind of going down this path. And I know it's not as upbeat as Don't Make Me Greg usually is. We'll be back to that in subsequent episodes, following episodes, whatever the fucking word is. We'll be back to that. But occasionally I do want to sit down and have these like solo chats because this is therapeutic for me. I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of people in my life that I can talk to about things, particularly when things get really difficult. I don't have many people to talk to. Sniffle. And when I do, it's usually very awkward because it's like, hey man, I'm not feeling very good about myself. And they're like, hey, well, you should because you're a good person. I'm like, cool. That was my Ryan George impersonation. I don't know. I don't want to downplay the importance that other people have had on my life. There have been countless people out there that are incredibly supportive. I think there's an ambulance going past my house now. It's absolute chaos living on a main road. There have been so many people that have been incredibly supportive of me. I don't want to ever discredit that. But at the same time, there's been a lot of times that it's just not Greg by himself. And that's not always great. So I do want to make these solo chats more often. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know how consistently I want to do this because I for all my mental things and everything in my life, I am a fun-loving person. I like to have fun. I like to be upbeat and out there. That's who I am 90% of the time. But I don't want to strictly define myself to 90% of the time. I want that other 10% to be just as important as the 90%. And this, who I am chatting here, just being, you know, somewhat melancholic, reflective, whatever you want to call this. This is just as important to myself and my identity as the fun-loving part of myself as well. I hope this is making sense. I don't know. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, that's how it is. This is reality. This is not scripted. This is not me sitting down and thinking ahead of time, you know, I want to talk about, you know, this thing. I want to stop fucking sniffling in the microphone. I need to go cry or something. I can't stop sniffling. It's a combination of hay fever and just me being balls fucking cold right now, which for Australians it's only like 10-12 degrees. I don't know what it is. What's the Celsius to Fahrenheit? Say like 53 degrees Fahrenheit. It's not that cold, but for Australians, this is fucking cold. This is awfully cold. It's actually wonderful. I love cold weather. I love it so much. Just like I love you guys. Thank you so much. If you've watched, listened, made it this far, thank you, sincerely. I wish I could be more coherent doing this by myself. And maybe I will over time. Maybe I'll get a bit better used to it and be able to make a bit more, I don't know, make something more, I guess coherent was the right word. I don't know why I'm trying to think of another word. Coherent was perfectly fine. I hope I can do this more often. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I'm sorry you listened for 45 minutes and you didn't have fun. Wasn't exactly meant to be fun. This is like that self-doubt shit, man, where you fucking just pat yourself on the back. Not great. You talk to yourself for 45 minutes. It makes some inkling of sense, and there might be someone that'll get this far. Just be happy with that. Don't talk down about yourself. Be happy. Congratulate yourself. This has been the single most difficult year of my life, and I didn't go a ton in depth into it. I might eventually one day. Who knows? But this has been an extremely difficult road to get where I am, and I'm happy where I am. I'm happy. For the most part, I'm happy. And I'm only going to get happier, particularly if you subscribe to Not Greg, youtube.com/NotGreg, or follow me on Twitter at NotGregGaming, or that's pretty much the only places you can find me, because I can't be fucked to do Reddit or Facebook anymore. Alright guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you're staying beautiful. You are beautiful. I hope you're staying fucking whatever. Something lighthearted to leave you with. Goodbye.